there, happy Friday. Welcome to Friday Sews. Now this is my first time doing a Friday Sews video. In the past I haven't really had stuff to share between, but I'm gonna try to feather them in a little bit more. This week I happen to have, well, a very large stack of new fabrics, which I'll talk about that in a minute. I've got a new pattern as well as a little project that I'm working on. So I thought I would kind of show a little snippet of what's going on in my sewing world. Cause yeah, got some cool new stuff. So it might seem like this is a large stack of things. Just to be clear, I'm not here to influence any buying, any purchases. In fact, I don't even have links for most of this stuff because I bought it at the market. But yeah, I thought I would just share a little bit about my inspiration and yeah, what kind of caught me about them and maybe a little bit about what my plans are. Okay, so first up I have kind of a sewing adjacent project. So I picked up these two little just flexible plastic headbands and I'm hoping to cover them in some fabric. This is going to be my prototype. It's one I bought from a little accessory shop and you can see that I have really worn it quite a bit. So I'm going to try to repair this one. Actually, I think I'll take it apart and then try to put it back together, and that will be my blueprint for making these. So I'm very excited about that. So this is my order that I got from Ansha. So I went in to get ribbing. I went into the web shop. Okay. I got a bunch of samples a couple weeks ago of ribbing to go with my tie-dye fabric to make a loungewear set. I got a bunch of samples. I still can't decide. I really like that this one is lower contrast, which is what I tend to prefer for ribbing, but it's not quite the color match and it is light, so that means it'll get dirty and maybe a little bit dingy. So that's kind of the con of this one. This one is high contrast, which I don't like, but it is a better color match. So I'm gonna have to make a decision here at some point, but I ended up just buying both of them. I figure I don't have a lot of ribbings in my stash, so I can definitely use them. Whatever one I don't use for, I'm doing the Helen's Closet, oh gosh, the Jackson sweater and the Closet Core Plateau joggers. So whichever one I don't use will go in my stash and will be great for doing kids clothes or yeah, projects in the future. So I have half a meter of both of those because I'll need it not only for the sweatshirt but also the cuffs. And I think I'm even going to do the waistband in the ribbing for the plateau joggers. So that's those. Then I was so excited to find this on her website. I've been looking for one of these for ages, but I just did not know to search Tungnald. Fangnadel is the German. Yeah, so it doesn't even say the English one on here. It does not, but it is for mending. So this is for when your woven fabric gets a snag. A lot of my clothes are snagged because I have a happy little kitty who likes to make biscuits and it gets caught on her claws. So even some of my jeans are snagged, and this basically lets you go in from the other side, grab that snag, and then bring it to the other side. You can smooth it all out. So this is a really great tool that I have been looking for ages. So I'm really excited about that. And then because I was placing an order, I picked up a fabric that I have been wanting for a really long time. And that is this, it's either Meat Milk or Mind the Maker. I get them mixed up. I think it must be Mind the Maker. Well, I'll put it below because this one I do actually have a link for, but it is this Rosewood Pointelle knit fabric. I think it is really, really beautiful. This color is my favorite color. in the world right now. It is topping number 1. It's kind of like a pinky brownish mauve. Yeah, I think it's really gorgeous. I love the texture. It doesn't have as much stretch as like a regular jersey, so I need to like actually measure the stretch percentage and then take a look at my patterns in my stash and see what is going to work for this one. So next up are these 6 fabrics. Did I need to buy 6 cuts of fabric? Probably not. But I've been kind of having like a crisis of style recently. So basically like my size has changed really dramatically. And so I'm looking at like my spring and summer wardrobe that I made last year and the year before, and none of it is going to fit me. So I'm kind of thinking through like, oh, I need to kind of start from the bottom and build my way up. And I was really excited to go to the market and like see things that I really, really love. And I kind of want to like keep them in mind as I work towards a new spring and summer wardrobe, while keeping in mind that like I'm having a lot of body changes right now, so I want to keep things like nice and flexible. But for now, at least I can be like inspired by gorgeous fabrics. So the first one is, this one is probably like the simplest one. It's just a stripy cotton jersey. I think it's from the same line as the one that I did my Ace top from. I guess I'd have to like feel them together, but I knew it came in like 4 or 5 different like white / neutral combos like this. This one's kind of like a mauvey pink, purpley color. It looked purple in the like cloudy daylight on Saturday. But yeah, this is just gonna be a t-shirt because Ace top, rest in peace. You were never for me. So at least I'll have like a new stripy tee with that. Just kind of set them aside over here, I guess. Okay, so these 3 all came from the same stall where they were 3 meters for 10 euros, and I just could not resist. I really, really fell in love with this one, and I was with my friend Joyce, and she's like, Brie, blue and brown in a giant floral, like it's so matronly, don't you think? And I'm like, yes, and I love it. Like I really, really love it. I don't quite know what I'll make with it. This one is definitely more in the like autumn, winter vibes. So I will probably wait on this one. Again, I'm going through like a lot of body changes right now, so I don't want to like make something to wear like in 6 months and have it not fit. So I don't quite know what I'll do with this, but I've got plenty of time. I think it would make a gorgeous Meg dress, which as you know is like my favorite pattern. But I've also kind of been thinking in terms of like, I've been very inspired to make a 70s wrap skirt. So maybe it's a contender for that. This was sold as a viscose. Maybe it's just a very like starched viscose, but like it feels to me more like a cotton lawn. So I think I'll do a burn test on this one before I decide on a project and cut into it. So that's that one. Really, really like it. This is the one that like I really fell in love with. So as much as like kind of what I'm thinking for my wardrobe this year is kind of in that like, this kind of thing, like 70s, Americana, old lady, cowboy, like those tend to be the words that like come to mind when I think about where I'm looking to take my style. So yeah, there's that, but then I also really want to make sure I'm adding in like more modern pieces. I'm not necessarily looking to replicate any trends. I'm actively trying to like stay away from just what is trending. I've been looking at a lot of like vintage stuff and just kind of trying to like open my view a little bit into like styles, shapes, styles, and silhouettes that aren't necessarily like in the foreground right now. But I do want to do some like more modern stuff. And this one to me kind of crosses that bridge of like mid-century, so like kind of vintage, but still pretty modern with like the abstract shapes and stuff. I love this like muted like pondy green with the black. It's really pretty. This one is, yeah, again, viscose. It's really, really sheer. It's super soft and like it's very fine. It's a really fine viscose. So I'm kind of thinking that these might have been like dead stock because the quality feels really great. I always say like you can't really know quality until you like wash and wear it multiple times, but I do have a pretty good feeling about all three of these. So this is the last one that I got, and oh, I didn't say what I was gonna make with this one. I am thinking I want something either like a smock dress or something kind of like the Closet Core Kalle, like that kind of A-line, or it's not A-line, like a shift dress with a curved hem. That's what I'm thinking for this one. I haven't found a smock dress that I like. And I'm also like a little concerned about the like grown on sleeves of the Kalle. But that's kind of the vibe I'm thinking for this. I probably won't make it until summer. This is a like summery going into fall print to me. So I definitely have time to think about that one. And this one, even though it's on a black background, is kind of the one that I can see myself making in the spring because it's black, but it does have like a pretty bright blue and yellow among the dark green in there. So I still feel like it's like fun and cheerful. Is it cheerful? I don't know. I do really like it though. This one feels like chiffon. Like it's so silky. It's super light. It's a bit sheer. Again, could totally do a Meg dress from this and it would be awesome and I would love it so much. The other pattern though that I'm thinking about trying is the Friday Pattern Company Adrianna dress. So like the Adrian blouse, but made for wovens. It's kind of a like A-line shift dress. I think it could be very cute, like a little bit 60s with the big sleeves and then like the short shift style. That's kind of what I'm thinking for this one. Again, I have 3 meters because they were all 3 meters for 10 euros. I don't remember if I said that already, but I was like, yep, just do them all in 3 meters. Like, don't even have to think about it. So that is what I did. And yeah, hopefully I'll be cutting into this one like, I don't know, like fairly soon, probably like beginning of summer. Yeah, we'll see. This one though is quite springy, summery. This is I'd say like a mid or heavy linen. Like it's pretty, it's weighty, like it's heavy. I got 3 meters of this one as well, though it was not 3 euros, or what was it? 3 meters for 10. I got this at a different stall, and I'm not really sure what I want to make with it. I might go for a jumpsuit. Every year I say I'm going to make a jumpsuit, and then I have yet to do that. So I might think on that for this one. It's quite heavy and it's pretty stiff, so I think I want to give it like a couple rounds in the washer and the dryer to try to soften it up a little bit and make it a little softer. It does feel quite rough. Like I don't think I could do a jumpsuit in its current state. We'll see how much it softens, and if not, I'll do some kind of dress with this one. That's that. And then lastly, this is my favorite piece. Poor Joyce. She was with me and like, I went to the stall like 3 times to look at this, and then I was like, no, I won't get it. Yes, I have to get it. No, I won't get it. In the end, I got it, and it's my favorite thing. It is like all of my colors done up in like this watercolor design. I think it is so, so beautiful. And when I got home, I happened to open up I don't even remember why I did it, but I opened the like file that I made a mood board in last fall. I did the like Seamwork Design Your Wardrobe where they have you do a mood board. My mood board was more like things that I love more than like actual styles or silhouettes or fabrics. It was more like kind of the mood and the vibe. And evidently I was like really homesick at the time because I have a bunch of like Pacific Northwest things. I'll try to like pop up like maybe a screenshot of my mood board. But one of the things I have on there is a photo of the Painted Hills, which are in like Eastern Oregon. And I realized, oh, yeah, I realized that this fabric is basically that photo of those mountains, like in fabric form. And I did not put that together when I was going back and forth saying like, I'm gonna get it, I'm not gonna get it, I don't know. Again, poor Joyce. Thanks for sticking with me in my ridiculous indecision. But yeah, I didn't think about it at the time, but then when I happened to like pull that up, I realized like, oh my gosh, it's like so similar. So clearly I have been like carrying that image with me, as well as like the idea that I wanted to take inspiration from those images and like turn them into things to make. And I think this fabric is the perfect way to do that. Again, it's just so, so pretty. It's got like these golds and pinks with red and a dark green. It's all like kind of watercolory. So you get like different saturation, different hues. It's so pretty. I have no idea what I'm going to make with it. I got 3 meters because that's kind of my standard. I would have liked to get 3.5, but it was a bit more on the spendy side, at least for what I usually spend at the fabric market. So I limited myself to 3 meters. I need to find a pattern that is going to like just let the print like speak for itself. I don't want a ton of style lines. I definitely don't want anything like princess themed where I'd have to like try to match this. I want it like uninterrupted and just like on my body. So that is this one, and I am so excited. Okay, just 2 little things that I wanted to share. The first one is this new pattern that I have. I'm obviously not gonna like open up the A0 pattern, but I will pop a picture in. So this is a new release from Pattern Scout. I'm really excited about this one. It's just a top or like a t-shirt with that square neck. I'll probably like raise it up just a little bit because I like a bit more coverage. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I've already got a couple of fabrics washed and ready to go to try that out. So that is going to be on my plate this weekend, as well as this. So this is my current work in progress. It is a mashup of 2 of my favorite, probably my 2 favorite actually, top patterns. That is the Pattern Scout Hana tank with this. I borrowed the V-neck and the like bias bound placket situation I stole from that pattern, and then the body is the chalk and notch Wren blouse, as are the sleeves, sort of. So the Wren blouse comes with 2 sleeve options. There's a short puffed lantern sleeve, so that like comes to here. The one piece like starts here, and then you add the lantern piece to the bottom, so it really has this like It's a lot of fullness. And then the long sleeve version is this sleeve piece. So that comes to about here. Again, you add like that lantern bottom and then you have a cuff. So all I did was just, I left off that bottom lantern piece and the cuff, and then I just hemmed this and stuck some elastic in it. I did another hack. I did the same hack of the Wren blouse last summer, and I loved it so much. It was like my favorite. It's definitely like in my top 5 makes of last year, I think. I wore it so much in this pink gingham. I loved it. And now I've added this like V neckline. The fabric is from Booken in Amsterdam. I bought it in person there last fall. It's kind of this like clip dot, Swiss dot cotton. It was so great. I've been working with a lot of viscose and jersey recently, and so it's really nice to just like sew cotton that does what you want it to, and like when you press it, it stays pressed, and it's so nice. So I need to get some buttons. These are my fake, these are my button pins. And yeah, I need to do that. I'm gonna bring it with me when I go into town tomorrow. I'm gonna go to the haberdashery, and yeah, I'm just gonna bring the full garment. It's fine. It might look a little weird, but that's how I'll really like, I'll get a perfect match, get the right size. So I'm very excited about finishing this up. So that is it for my rendition, my edition of Friday Sews. I think I ended up being a little bit longer than these catch-ups like usually are, but I had a big fabric haul, so that was that. I don't know if I will like keep peppering these in. Let me know if you like this kind of just like free form, talk about whatever kind of format. Is definitely like a bit more loosey-goosey than I usually do, but yeah, I am trying to get a bit more consistent on here. So let me know if you like this, I guess. And yeah, it's almost the weekend. It's Friday, so let me know what is on your sewing table or cutting table, or if you've just gotten fabric or are like doing a fabric ban like I clearly should. Yeah, so let me know, and happy weekend, happy making. I'll see you later. Bye.